when about 70 to 80 people staged a sit-in at the county administration building to demand that same-sex couples be given the right to be married. Give yourself a hand. So we organized public protests and rallies and demonstrations and vigils and sit-ins because history has shown that civil rights are won this way. By visibly confronting injustice, we create attention in society and draw attention to our causes. People can no longer go on being ignorant and or uninformed about same-sex marriage when it's in the papers or on late-night television every day. When the truth is told, it becomes clear that justice is on our side. We give strength to those who have not yet come out of the closet and supportive allies to engage in debates with family members and coworkers, etc. I heard a story just a couple days ago about someone who told me how she had never come out to any of the people around her, but had, because of the protests, because of the actions after Prop 8, she's been engaging in these dialogues and debates with many people since then. And I think that's happening all across the state and around the country. I want to say a bit about SAME's structure. Congratulations, you are all now members of SAME. We decided early on that anyone who attends a SAME meeting can have a voice and have a vote. Our steering committee meetings are open to the public. The room, the people engaged in any debate or discussion, decides what's important for our work and what direction we head in. Every action that has had SAME's name on it was shaped by the membership, and every letter that we've taken a position, when we've taken a position on an issue, has been approved by the membership as well. We are truly for the people, by the people, and of the people. Yay! Since some of our members have been extremely active in other movements in the past, we've consistently voted, and I'm pretty sure unanimously in almost all of these cases, to support the other struggles for equality. We've written letters in support of reopening Friendship Park by the border. And in support of the fired workers from Chuck Ross's restaurants in Old Town. We've also been able to march in solidarity as an openly LGBT contingent with the immigrants' rights and anti-war marches, as well as the Cesar Chavez parade. And of course, our members have been giving Doug Manchester a hard time at the Hyatt more than once. We have much more work to do in this area of coalition building, which is why we invited tables from various organizations to be a part of this group today. I continue to keep reiterating this point that LGBT people and our allies have been a part of every struggle for justice in history because healthcare, jobs, the war, and immigration rights affect us as well. And what SAME seeks to do is be out while we're supporting those struggles as well. And also I need to say that this Friday, I hope you'll join us into our first foray out of the neighborhood as we address the issue of hate crimes and cuts in HIV funding with our allies in La Mesa, when we Lemon Grove. At Lemon Grove, we'll meet at the Lemon at 7 o'clock, and we'll be having a march and vigil on that day. And around it. And around. So that's the overview of what we've done, but you're all here to find out what's next, right? So I know there was controversy over the timing of the Get Engaged Town Hall meeting that happened yesterday right here, but I'm really glad it happened this way because the polling data, the discussion, the feedback, they really crystallized a few things for me, and I had a lot of discussions with people afterwards.
makes you look more intelligent, but it blocks, you know what I mean? Because, you always look good when you're at a podium. It's like you've studied it or something. Here's the thing. I enter the game menopause, pre-Alzheimer's, and I don't give a shit anymore, okay? What you're going to hear is I'm going to give you a little bit of the history of the marches on Washington and tell you what's really happened. Because, can you, if I don't stand here, you can still, tape it? You okay? All right, thank you. Because, this will last I'm only going to speak for an hour, don't worry. I ran back to back with Court-Song Trilogy and with Harvey Fierstein's play, and the critics said, well, we love Robin Tyler's play, but the idea of marrying somebody of the same sex is ridiculous. And so I never went on with it, and I revived it last year, and I'll probably bring it to San Diego, and it's a history of the gay and lesbian movement, the LGBT movement, but I use my lovers as a transition point, so it's a very long show. Tell me if she's nice to come to our marriages to pedophiles and incest. What the hell is wrong with him? What is wrong with him? So the reason they wanted it in 2009 and the reason it was co-opted was essentially the Courage Campaign wants it in 2009. And I will tell you why. The Courage Campaign, Rick Jacobs, and I know you're taping this, and Rick, I'm talking to you, essentially goes around and they organize these things in cities. And you sit around, it's kind of like Yes or Scientology, and you tell each other the stories, which is very nice. I went. How many of you been to the Courage Campaign? All right. You sit around, you tell each other your...
See how many of you out there have heard it? An army of lovers cannot fail. How many of you have heard it? 40 years ago, when the lesbian and gay liberation movement burst onto the limelight with the Stonewall Rebellion, we had a confidence and an audacity that may seem surprising to us now. After all, homophobia was pervasive and had been previously unchallenged. Our enemies were strong, and they pushed back viciously after we won the first anti-discrimination ordinance.
For the invitation to come and speak tonight. I am Madison Shockley. I'm the pastor of the Pilgrim United Church of Christ in Carlsbad, California. We are one of the few open and affirming congregations of the United Church of Christ, open to and affirming of gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender persons. Our denomination, the United Church of Christ, is a historic denomination in decision-making either. But I personally think 2010 is the right time